Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back down here in Porchville. Hell yeah!
How you doing, brother?
What's up, man?
Not much. We got a full house tonight. Everybody's here tonight, man. I got all the mics running. Reed's here. Carl's here.
What's up?
Shane's here.
Howdy.
Matt's here, of course. I'm here. And as promised, my good friend, whom we've all come to know and love through Porchville here, actor now,
Wow, yes, I have an IMDb.
and conspiracy theory expert,
David
Borah.
Damn, my
Yes.
nipples just got hard.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
diamonds.
Look.
I am so happy I'm not the only one because I was just like, dude, I'm like 3/4 chubbed right now.
I won't go that far.
But now it's gone that far, so here we are. How's everybody doing tonight?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good,
Awesome.
good.
I don't even know where to look. I don't even know who the fuck's talking.
Good
There's so
night,
many
bad
of us
week.
here. Good night, bad week. Yeah.
The election was stolen just like the whiskey I'm drinking.
Just
He is drinking
make-
a whiskey called Stolen.
make sure you talk into that microphone, David.
Yes, sir.
All right. We always go around and around about that, I tell you.
Yeah, I know. I forget. I don't have it very,
So tell me about this. Tell me about this week, man. What has happened? Now, we've talked a lot about some wild stuff, and
We
over
have.
the last few months, you and I, and a lot of theories,
A lot of theories
a lot of things were said and
that have not come true,
thrown around, and they,
at least yet.
well, at least yet. But that's kind of what we talked about last time, though, is that goalpost
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah.
You know, like saying they.
Now the whole game has changed.
But has it? Is there a game?
I don't even know anymore. I'm almost stumped at this point. I don't have a lot of answers here anymore. I mean, it's kind of thrown me for a loop. All the things that I've been saying previously about QAnon.
Yeah.
And now it's to the point where it's like, well, the time came and passed almost,
Yeah.
unless the whole, inauguration is some sort of sham and it's like the military's already in control and that's why they put up the big fences with the barbed wire facing in. And maybe they just didn't want Trump in office at some point for when they do those mass arrests. Maybe it would have been super political. Maybe if Trump's not in office and the military pulls off because it wasn't Trump's plan, it's the military's plan. So maybe that's all part of the plan. Maybe Trump's out of office. Maybe they come and step in sometime soon. It's in a year. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
But based on, you said not moving the goalposts, I don't know what else to say other than it was the military's plan. Trump was supposedly the leader. It could still be part of the plan, but I don't have any other answers, and there's no other Q posts to tell us anything different.
Well, what happened? What happened to Q? Like, when did the post stop?
The last post was December 8th. Before that was November 13th.
Yeah.
And then I think before that was November 3rd. And it just kind of stopped.
Where were these posts? Like Twitter or?
No, he posts on anonymous board called, it was 4chan, and then it turned into 8chan, and then it turned into 8kun.
Oh.
Well, now it's not so anonymous anymore.
It's image posting
You
board
just
where
told
don't have
four
to-
other people at least.
Yeah,
So-
well, it's anonymous in the sense that when you post on Facebook or you post on Twitter, they know who you are. They have your phone number. They know who you are that's posting. With 4chan, 8chan, and 8kun, it's completely anonymous. So
Yeah.
they don't know who it is that's posting. There's just essentially a device ID, and it's the same device has been posting for 3 or 4 years.
So is that run off like a VPN or something like that? Like, how do they maintain their anonymity?
There's no
Anonymity?
There's no
Anonymity.
details to register. It's just an email address. That's all it takes to register for 8kun.
But you have to put your information in for the email address, so if they know your email address.
You don't have to. You can get a Gmail address without any information.
I have a fake email address. It's jackmehoff77@yahoo.com.
I had the same email address when I was like 17.
Did you?
Yeah.
for all the porn sites.
Well, if I ever had to go on
No, I didn't have porn
8chan
sites when
or
I was
whatever.
17. I had like Kazaa and like all that shit.
Kazaa?
And then it would take, like dial up internet fucking shit. And it would take you like 30 minutes to download like a 10-second video clip.
On Napster.
Dude, when I was young, All I had was a fucking National Geographic. We didn't have computers.
Well, I'm not
Wow.
gonna lie. I have spanked it to a National Geographic before.
Which edition?
National
Which
Geographic.
issue?
Indigenous peoples.
Yeah, it was indigenous peoples.
All
The
other
silverback
ones wear
gorillas.
clothes. All the other ones wear clothes.
Yeah. Like what other National Geographic would you jerk off?
Listen,
to?
I discovered.
Like, are you
I
like
discovered
looking at butterflies
Penthouse
or something?
I discovered Penthouse magazines in my neighbor's bathroom when I was like 9.
Was you breaking in their house? What are you talking about?
I was. They were. It was the babysitter. They were the babysitter,
Nice.
and I had to pee, and I probably took a shit actually, because then there was no toilet paper. I had to go into the cabinet to find toilet paper, and I found Penthouse, and I was a changed man.
3 weeks later, he came out of the bathroom.
30 pounds lighter.
When I was a kid, there was a person about 3 doors down who was moving out of the house, and he just had like this huge pile of stuff
Kryptonite?
that like just to not kryptonite.
You said
opposite.
3 doors down.
Porn.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I see what
I
you're
thought
saying.
that too.
Bad joke, but I like it. But no, like this dude just had this like pile of shit that was just sitting out on the curb to like get taken away by the garbage truck, and one of the boxes was completely full of old Playboys, and that was like the best day of my life.
I may have told this story before, but I had quite the collection of VHS and DVDs when my wife and I got together, and after I knew that we were in it for the long haul, it was safe to all right. It's time to retire these. So I boxed them up, and I walked them to the dumpster, and I just set them in front of the dumpster, and I went back home. And about 10 minutes later,
You're a good man.
Katie comes home, and she says, well, what did you do with them all? And I said, well, I took them out by the dumpster. And she goes, are you serious? Just don't do that. Don't go get them. 10 minutes gone already. Somebody was already at least a DVD or two in by that time. I guarantee it. So, I was
pay it forward.
Could you
know?
imagine though? Just so you were the recipient, in the story.
Yes.
So I've always said, like, could you imagine like how happy and how fucking overjoyed that person that found that box of porn must have been?
That 13-year-old boy
right?
was super happy.
So how happy were you? Because that's the answer to the question that I've always had about the story.
Well, I couldn't bring them in. I'm going to start off by saying I was extremely happy. I thought I just won the lottery.
See? Okay, then I know
but I
in my
couldn't-
soul that
I
I've
couldn't
brought
bring
happiness
them-
to somebody on that level. That's awesome.
Oh, you brought
I
happiness.
couldn't bring them into the house. So I had like a little tree fort.
Are we talking magazines?
Yeah, magazines.
Just mags?
Yeah, just magazines.
Okay. What kind of magazines? Are we talking Playboys? Are we
Just,
talking
just
like
all Playboy.
just Playboy?
Yeah.
So PG.
I mean, there was like boobs and bush.
Yeah, PG.
Yeah.
I mean, you see that shit on.
For us, it's PG.
You see that shit on
Yeah.
Cinemax
Yeah.
at that time.
If you had Cinemax, I didn't have
You
Cinemax.
didn't have Cinemax?
No.
I had Cinemax.
But
It was
so
fucking great, like 2 a.m. on a Saturday night, baby. Woo!
no, I didn't have Skinamax, but but I couldn't bring them in the house. So like I had this like little tree fort like behind like my neighbor's house. It wasn't even a tree fort. It was just like in between like 2 bushes. Like that was just kind of like a little hiding spot. And I kept this box of Playboys there.
Nobody's gonna make the hide and bush in the bush jokes. Nobody.
I was
Nobody.
thinking- I was
You gonna
thinking of
fucking
something.
make me do it?
No, I
you
was thinking of
bastards. Jesus Christ.
But so
That was
like
an easy one.
after like a couple of like rainstorms and a couple of windstorms, like you would walk out the front door of the house and there's just pages of
jizzing and heavy
Playboys
breathing?
just like blowing all over the place.
Is that what you called masturbation when you were young? Rainstorms and windstorms?
Oh no, there was plenty of
Blowing all over
jacking
the
off. There was plenty of jacking off.
In the
I'm not even gonna mask it.
in the treehouse.
No, I would
Between 2 bushes.
Between
see.
2 bushes. Yeah.
I was between 2 ferns. But No,
Wear the white fern gloves.
I would sit there and like look through the magazines like super rapidly, and I would store everything in my spank bank, and then I would go back inside.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's
way.
some work right there.
I
That's
can't do that. I
that's
can't
some
do that.
work.
Can you still do the spank bank? Can you still do that today?
Well,
Can you go in and crank one out unaided?
at times. Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
Reed?
Yeah.
Hell no. Won't even
Borah?
attempt that
yeah, I
shit.
could.
You could?
I got photographic memory.
Jesus. Right, Carl.
Nope.
No. Shane? Yeah?
All the time.
Really?
I can't keep that stuff in my house.
Yeah, how would you do it in the shower? What waterproof?
I
porn?
don't do
Yeah, I
this.
don't
I've never been much for a
My
shower. guy.
phone in a Ziploc.
No, I couldn't. No visuals or no. We're just gonna wait.
See,
it.
like for me, like I'm kind of with David on this one, but I mean, if you do it in the shower, there's zero cleanup. Think about it. It's already.
Listen,
taken
man,
care
I'm
of.
40, dude. Like I'm not gonna stand there and try to crank it out in the shower.
I got
like
time for 45 minute.
I got
sessions.
a fucking sciatic nerve that fucking is acting
Dude,
up. Like
dude.
I need to lay down and relax.
I
and,
had-
you know,
I had sex.
You
with
gotta
a
laying
girl-
down?
I had sex
light
with a girl.
candles?
huh?
What are you talking about? You gotta light candles?
Why? You got some extra candles? I like candles, scented candles. Look at this. It's a fucking.
Oh my
It's
god!
a scent right here I picked up recently.
I go on Gwyneth Paltrow's like eBay page, and I start getting her candles, and man, dude, I can spank it to nothing.
Was that code?
I don't even have to
What,
think
did you
about
just
it.
say code, or you're actually getting candles?
I don't know. I'm lighting
No,
this
I-
candle.
I
Fuck
get-
that.
I get
that shit
candles.
smells nice. Smells
Have
delectable.
you like looked at any of the stuff that Gwyneth Paltrow has?
Not her candles.
She has Goop.
Goop.
Gwyneth's Goop. That's
she's
all
got-
I remember. There's a magazine for her store, and it said Gwyneth's Goop, and I'm like, this is weird. I
It's
don't
a
want
bunch
any.
of bullshit.
Oh, funny
I didn't know she sold candles.
She actually sells a thing called a vaginal egg,
And she sells Goop.
So
and a lot of candles that are sex scented.
wow. That let me tell you what that noise is, if I may.
Subject
That is
change.
Nick's wife.
That is the
annoying hell out of
noise.
him.
That is the noise of a smoke detector. So the other day, I was making pizzas, and I opened the stove, and there was a little bit of smoke. So I said, "Oh shit, it might go off," because it's really sensitive. So I said, "Hey, grab that thing and take it outside and set it on the table," which she is now sitting at, smoking a cigarette and blowing smoke into a smoke detector. So that's why it happened, darling. It detected smoke.
She literally
I
just
love
asked,
you.
"Is that why that's happening?"
Oh,
I don't have smoke detectors in my
That's-
house. I don't trust them.
that's the love of my life right there.
You don't trust them?
Wait, you don't trust smoke detectors?
What? What?
They're always beeping and stuff, and then I don't like them.
They're doing their
That's,
job.
that's the
what they're
that's the battery
supposed
change
to
part.
do.
Yeah, and then I
Oh,
would
wait,
change the
wait,
batteries,
hey.
and then they'd beep again, and then I just would take them off the wall, and I just never put them back. 'Cause now my house doesn't have smoke detectors, as far as I know.
As far as you know.
Yeah, I mean most of them are just stacked up in my closet. I think. I hope my house doesn't. catch
Well,
on
if you ever
fire.
get a fire in your closet, you'll be okay.
you're covered. You'll be just fine. A funny story. Something I came across the other day because we were talking about magazines. So my grandmother lives with me now, and you know those old people magazines that old people get, like, you know what I'm talking about, like
Home and garden.
they sell like, you know what I'm talking about, like they're trying to sell like quilts
Tupperware.
and Tupperware and like bedroom slippers and shit. You know, you
Yeah.
ever seen these?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's like a it's an old person magazine. You know, Carl, you'll get it soon enough. You know what I'm talking about. I'm kidding, you fucking bastard. No, it's what it is. It's a magazine. It's a sales magazine that's designed for elderly folks, and it's just got an array of different gizmos and
Like Sky
gadgets
Mall.
and like a Sky Mall, exactly. Except I'm flipping through and they had large vibrating cocks.
Really?
What?
Yeah. It was a hardcore sex toy section, like past the quilts and towels and shit. And then there's the fake dick and pocket pussies in case
For the old men.
For the old men.
Wow.
So it was really, it really.
Carl.
Hey, everybody!
I was waiting to see out of the corner of my eye, just him going, here it is, right here.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I really want to try a fleshlight.
I mean, you can do that.
Yeah, I really want to.
I mean, you can't try it and put it back.
No.
But you can buy it.
I mean, you can
And
borrow
then try it.
Bora's.
I would keep it,
Hey,
in
hey.
case of a rainy day.
I ordered the other day, and I got in the mail the other day a booby pillow. It's a pillow. It's about 34D.
oh, I've seen these. I've seen them.
and it's got nibbles.
What?
And it's like in a shirt, and it's a pillow. It's for your neck, dude. It's the most comfortable. It's said they make it out of mammary foam.
I need
Hold on.
this
I got a picture.
pillow.
Hold on.
I need one.
This is a real
girl
thing.
sent me. She goes, I saw this and I thought of you.
Well,
So
isn't the fact that old people isn't like sexual diseases like always?
Prevalent among nursing homes.
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
I
that's
went on,
nice.
dude. I went on the Amazon reviews before I ordered it, and it said the pictures. It's not as big as the pictures say they are, but they're a good 34D. I'm like, that's good enough. I need it for my neck.
No, that's true though, man. That's true.
Yeah.
Like
Is that the only thing you use it for?
Mhm.
Just
old
for a
folks,
pillow?
old
Yeah.
folks, man.
For my
Like the
neck.
STD rates and all that shit down in the
Oh,
villages
yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
got
Like
nothing-
all those people are doing down there is
They got
just
nothing to live
getting
for.
old and fucking.
Yep.
Just unbridled passion.
I mean,
at
think
the-
about it.
At
I
the
mean,
salad bar and shit.
if you were that old,
Tossing a salad
I
bar.
mean,
I knew somebody
what,
was
what's
gonna
wrong
do
with
that.
getting the STD and just going out that way? I mean, you
yeah.
know.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, I can't argue your
Exactly.
logic. It's fucking. It's
Every-
sound.
Every time that somebody in the family says something and their friends or whatever, I'm like, yeah, and
Yeah.
leave them alone. Let them go.
Give him a shot of penicillin every 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Clear him up.
Man, he got laid.
Let him ride.
I mean, he died a happy man.
Oh man.
Let that guy push that rope.
They
Now-
they make pills for that.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
going back to the election real quick, did you pay out on your bet? Remember, you apparently had a bet with somebody, and
Yeah,
What was your bet?
it was $10 that Trump would still be president on the 21st.
Oh.
And I was wrong.
How long did you hold out hope though? Like, were you right up until the moment that Joe Biden stuck his hand on the Necronomicon and said the words?
You saw that
it
too?
was-
Yeah.
yeah, I was
Dude,
thinking the
wasn't-
same
Jesus
thing.
Christ.
When
Did
I-
you
What the fuck is that? The neck.
It was about
Book of the Dead.
Yeah. 9 or 10 a.m. when I saw all the presidents lining up and everything, and I'm like, yeah, there's something's gonna. These people aren't. They're not gonna end in handcuffs in 3 hours from now.
Yeah.
So
I
So
saw.
that was in the,
Pretty
so
much
that
came
was
up
I'm
when
kind
it-
of surprised there
Hope
wasn't
that-
more memes about
Yeah,
that.
I saw or heard that Kamala put her purse on top of the Bible and then put her hand on top of her purse.
really.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but
selling out America.
I think. Listen, man, I make no bones about it. Like, I don't like Kamala Harris. She's gonna end up being the president.
Yep.
That's just the way it is.
Simpsons.
Did the Simpsons? Is that?
Oh
did
yeah.
The Simpsons
They,
call that?
Lisa was president, first female president. She was wearing a purple dress with pearls, same as Kamala was.
Huh.
And they said after we fix the economy that Trump left us, and this was in 2002.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I know she's gonna. I know she's gonna wind. I mean,
Yeah.
Joe's not gonna be in it for the long
No.
haul. Some people. I mean, there's a lot of.
he got impeached today, or they're filing articles of impeachment on him.
Well, there's one chick who's
Yeah.
freshman
Yeah.
senator from Georgia. Was it
Yeah.
filing?
Yeah, it's
I
a
mean, we know
show.
how that's
QAnon,
gonna
a
go.
QAnon believer.
We know where that's
Okay.
gonna go.
She ain't going nowhere.
No. I mean, they'll have it.
A vote, right?
Huh? No. I mean, they won't even bring it up. She may file it, but it's just gonna go down a fucking black hole.
Memory hole.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's ever gonna hear about it. They ain't gonna. That's nothing to it. So
We can't even vote anymore because they stole the election essentially, like probably changing votes and everything.
you think?
I really don't.
How do you
feel-
think that worked though? Because there's a lot of chatter about elections. You know, the election being stolen and everything.
Well, check this out. I have a friend on Facebook. He said he didn't know how. He posted a picture today. He said he didn't know how to even take care of this or deal with this.
No.
He showed a picture of his voter ID card that he's had since he's always had. It's all wrinkled and beaten up, and he said he got a call from the Dollar General. Said they knew him. They said they found a voter ID card, a brand new one, with his name on it, and with the same ID and everything. So,
I don't deny.
If you have 4 years to prepare for it, you can do a lot.
I don't deny that some shady stuff happened. That's my thing. I
think enough shady stuff happened to switch the election results from one candidate to the other.
Do you think it was that big?
I do.
I think the same. Yeah.
There's a lot of chatter about the Pennsylvania legislation and all that stuff, and you know how they didn't amend the laws correctly and stuff like that. So it remains to be seen how that stuff will play out. But I think at this point they've put it off long enough. They got what they wanted.
If they make all the illegal immigrants give them voting status, 11 million or 20 million.
yeah,
or something,
isn't there
it's gonna
another
fit.
caravan coming or some shit like that? Or
Yeah.
I think so.
yeah,
They're trying to tell them not to.
yeah.
But I think so.
They said, "Don't come yet."
Don't come yet. They were actually in
That's what she said.
Chikwimula, and that's where they were being held up. They were showing a lot of the military of Guatemala trying to keep them back. But yeah, that was Chikwimula where Kristen and Julian are hanging out. So
Well, so it's been 2.5 days. And how many promises has he already broken?
Oh, a
Or-
shitload.
Yeah.
A shitload.
I mean, it's like
He
every
did-
5 minutes I go on Facebook, it's like, oh, he did this and he did this, and I look it up and they're like, oh yeah.
well,
actually-
I think the people that are going to be most upset with Joe Biden
It's the ones
are
that voted for
are
him.
the progressives. Are the AOCs and the
It is.
squads and all
Yeah.
them?
Yep.
They're going to end up being his worst enemies because I don't think that, despite the fact that Joe Biden ran on a progressive mindset, I don't think that he's really going to go through with it, which is why it's only a matter of time they get Biden out of there. Harris is the president, and then she does things.
What
In
do
a
you
more
what do you think that
progressive manner.
timeline would be? Like 2 years?
I'm shit. I was
Because if
I
they
was-
did it quick, it'd be obvious.
I was surprised he made it through inauguration.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Jesus, there's I don't know. Some people say 6 months. Some people say, oh,
I say 6.
They let him, get a couple years in, and
33 days.
Is that the shortest presidency?
No, I'm just saying that's the Illuminati number.
Yeah,
Shit.
it could be
I-
33.
I think it's gonna be fairly quick. I think I too enjoy a good conspiracy theory. You know this.
Yes.
We've talked about
And a good
this.
ghost hunt.
and a good ghost hunt. But shit, I lost my train of thought. Fuck.
Let me pick something up.
Go
Did
for
you see on the Senate floor that guy when the guy in front of him was talking to him, he was a Republican, and he kept turning around, and the guy was behind him trying to flash the Illuminati sign at him?
I saw
What?
Yeah, and he kept every time he wanted to turn around, he was going to do this, flash the diamond.
What?
And he'd quit until
That
he
was
solid
McConnell,
turned
right?
around and looked at him. He did this to him,
That was
and you can
Mitch
clearly
McConnell.
see it. Yeah, you can clearly see it.
I don't know, man.
Look it up, bro.
Yeah. I will. I'll look it up later. If I look it up now, I'll probably push a button. and
I'll
fuck
send it
everything
to
all
you.
up.
Did you hit record?
I did hit record.
Hey, Hey, I want to recognize something real quick.
What's that?
How long we been doing this? Like, how many minutes? About 30 minutes?
24 minutes,
Okay.
25.
He's only told David one time about the mic.
That's right.
I'm proud of you, bro.
That's right.
Sweet.
Good
Good
job.
job.
Good
Thank
job.
you.
Nice. My man.
You know what I'm most upset about with the Biden thing, though,
What's
is
that?
this he decommissioned the 1776 commission. It's gone now. He replaced it with the fucking critical race theory bullshit.
Yeah, I would have
Man,
liked
I was
to have
really
seen-
looking forward to that, like actually like moving through into the schools.
Yeah, I think we should definitely be teaching a lot more of the history than we are. I mean, the amount of stuff that the kids and I go through, and you know, they aren't explained to.
The whole point of history is to learn from history,
Yeah.
to learn from your mistakes, your accomplishments.
Yep.
So if you get rid of your mistakes and anything bad, even if it led to something good, you know, everything's going to be just fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't like. There's a lot of things that are sort of being distorted and twisted around historically for modern day advances, and I don't get on board with that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Well, I know with me, you know, and you got kids too, Nick. You know, they'll come home and they'll say, "Hey, we learned about this," and it's like, okay, well, what did you learn about? And then you kind of learn, and then you know, or they tell you, and then
Yeah.
you go, "Well, that's not totally true," or "That's only part of it."
Yeah.
Do you ever do that with your kids?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and the kid. I mean, we watch a lot of documentaries.
Then they go to school and get an
stuff
F.
like that.
Like, yeah, Dad fucked you over.
Well, I try to give them, you know, as well rounded of an understanding of the subject as I can, you know. But I think it has a lot to do with because we were taught different. Like the schools that we went to, I mean, are vastly different from what these kids are going to now.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
how
Oh,
about
yeah.
my niece and my nephew who lived in Jacksonville? They never had a fucking history class. They don't teach history anymore. They teach civics, and civics
Yeah,
is
yeah.
just a broad general idea of how government works. They didn't teach the history of America to these kids. So now they're with me, and they're at Fort White, you know, and they're in this history class, and they're like, "What the fuck is all this shit? I've never learned this in my life." It's weird, man. They don't teach it anymore.
Well, see, the problem is that you're from, like, Fort White.
That's not the problem. The problem is that they're from Jacksonville.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Duval.
History is important. I
Hey, what
think.
do you think about Urban Meyer taking over as coach of the Jags?
It's a lot of money.
Yeah,
What? I
Yeah.
didn't hear that.
I think
Urban
that's all.
Meyer's the new
Holy
guy.
shit.
I think that's all it is. I mean, he's not going to do good
You don't think?
now.
What do you?
I mean,
do you,
it
I
is
think
the
he's going to do
Jags.
better than what they did last year or this year.
well,
yeah, I would hope
I mean,
so.
I mean, sign me up. I could do better than that.
what do you think about the rumor mill churning? You know, do you think Urban will bring Tim Tebow back to the NFL?
Oh my God,
No.
that would be amazing. But
Wouldn't
I
it,
don't know.
though?
That would be awesome.
I'd be fucking down.
I would be watching every single
every
Jacksonville
Jags
game.
game. I'd go to some.
Yeah,
I
for
really would.
sure.
Even
I
with
think
their
the-
limited capacity.
I think the only way that he does that is as a quarterback's coach or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
You
man, you
think
got to
he's-
put him in first string,
But
straight to the Super Bowl, baby. Straight to the Super Bowl.
Tebow up the gut.
Remember when they made
Tebow
that?
up the gut.
All
Tebow up the gut.
Remember when they made that "All I Do Is Win" video about Tebow?
No, I
It
never
was
saw
just
that.
Tebow just running people the fuck over.
Dude,
All I do is win.
I thought it was awesome when he went to the fucking Broncos and, you know, took them to the fucking semifinals of the.
Well, it took him to the finally got a playoff
got the
win.
playoffs,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
In like
Against the
12 years or
Steelers.
whatever. Yeah.
the Steelers, no less.
Yep.
That was a big deal.
I watched almost all of those games, dude. I watched all of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
everybody says that, you know, oh, he's just not a pro style quarterback, but that guy,
Dude,
that
no,
guy is one of
gotta
those
be
kind
kidding
of
me.
guys that he's gonna do what he's got to do to win.
No, he was a quarterback. The problem is his release. In
Yeah.
the NFL, you got to have something that's like, you know, anything under a second, and
Yeah.
he was over. I mean, he was close to like 2 seconds, but the way he rounded his throw around to throw it. So, yeah, that was his problem. That was the only problem of his.
Fuck it, man. He was almost a, Super Bowl quarterback with the Denver Broncos. That's a fucking professional quarterback in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying not to take anything away from him, but I mean, so was a lot of other quarterbacks that were not really quarterbacks, made it to the Super Bowl and won. That shouldn't have, just because of everybody else on the team.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know. Tebow was awesome.
I mean, what was it? Brad Johnson won with Tampa Bay.
I don't know.
They
I don't remember
they
that
didn't
one.
win on offense. That was at defense. That was Tony Dungy defense.
Okay, but you can say that
You don't even remember
That-
the quarterback.
that
So I
Denver
mean,
Broncos going to play the Steelers that year was
Yeah.
not because of the defense. It was because of
Oh, yeah,
Tim
yeah.
Tebow.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I think he makes people play better.
Well, yeah.
He makes everybody around him want to play better. You know.
Maybe
Yeah.
there's God's on his
So, I mean,
side.
that's hey, maybe.
and he's just got angels in the outfield.
That's a great fucking movie.
Or the end zone.
That is
I
a
don't know.
great movie.
Angels in the end
Oh.
zone.
Nobody
It's a
could
great
stop
movie.
the 8 continuous up the guts and then the jump pass
Yep.
inside
That
the
was it.
10.
Couldn't
Nobody
stop
could
it.
stop it.
God, those were
Stop
good
it.
years for fucking Florida football. God, it was so good.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was awesome.
I wish I could
Oh, I
remember
miss
most of
those. I
them.
miss those times. I miss those times. So bad. So, I can't help but notice, Shane, that you are wearing an Atlanta Braves jersey.
Not just an Atlanta
So
Braves
why,
jersey.
Why don't you tell us all about?
Whose is it?
So
Tell us all about how
the name on the
unfortunately,
the importance of that jersey on this day.
unfortunately, it's number 44.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Hank Aaron passed away today, 86 years old. Second on the list with regards to home runs, and then he also led with stolen bases, the most bases in his career. I mean, he leads like 3 other different categories. So, I mean,
And I should be getting a text message
from Joe
Joe anytime
correcting me.
telling me
Yeah. He's all wrong. He's all wrong. He's all wrong. You see this head?
He's gonna
Let me
be
take
like,
off my hat. Look how big this fucking head is.
Lauren, I got to drive over there right now. I'll be right back.
so
Joe.
anyway.
Love you, Joe.
So what's the next move then, David? Now I want to where are you right now on the where's this whole thing left you? I mean, are you still are you carrying a torch at this point, or is there any hope? Is there what's the rumor mill say?
Yeah, I still have hope because hope's really all you got.
Yeah.
Faith. I still have faith that justice will be served, whatever that means. That the wrongs will be righted. That the bad stuff, whatever it may be, will stop in the future. So just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to happen or happen in a different way. So no, I'm not giving up hope. It's just kind of changed my whole perspective of I had like this countdown, which my countdown was 8 years because I thought Trump was going to get a second term. So I'm like, well, this whole stuff could take until the end of his second term. Now that he's out, he's kind of brought me to the realization that maybe nobody's coming for us. I've thought that the QAnon thing could have been like a deep state ploy, sort of like just kind of like an inside job thing, but that doesn't really make sense because really did bring a lot of awareness to a lot of secret stuff that's real that was going on. And then all the QAnon accounts, mine included, mine wasn't a QAnon account, but my Twitter's been suspended, my Patreon got closed down just because I posted about QAnon.
Yeah.
Or I put a hashtag QAnon on one of my posts or something like that, right? That's all it took.
Huh.
Damn.
But so it doesn't make sense to me that it was an inside job done by the deep state. So I mean, it's probably just taking longer time. But I'm also under the impression that we should probably just be prepared and save ourselves rather than wait for someone else to save us. I think so. It's kind of brought me to the realization that I can't wait around any longer, and I just kind of got to do more for me.
What does that look like?
Oh, I mean, it's just
More guns.
Yeah, just more preparedness. Just being instead of just waiting, instead of watching the TV for the world to change. Go out and start something. Go out and do something.
It all
Live
starts
my life
locally.
Yeah,
Locally.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. It's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna be a big. It's going to be a grassroots movement because already now you got 75 million people that are probably questioning the election.
Yeah.
It's already starting to bubble over. Just imagine what it's going to be like in 2 years and then in 4.
I think there's probably a lot of people on both sides that have questions about it.
My Democratic
I
socialist
certainly-
friend even said, the guy that I had a bet with, he even told me, he's like, yeah, man, he's like, I think Biden cheated. He's like, only by 2 or 3%. I don't think really changed it. And I'm like, all right, well, but he's like, but I definitely think that there was like 2 or 3% of the vote was fake.
I have heard about a lot of anomalies in this election, a lot of things that had to line up a certain way for this to go the way that it did, and there's a lot of chatter about the bellwether counties and all that stuff.
Yeah,
But I'm not going to
18
pretend
out
like
of
I
19 went to Trump.
I'm not going to pretend I know a lot about it, but there were a lot of precedents that existed that were broken during this election.
Yeah.
Well, has that always been there? And just now with how much, communication that we have with the media, with Facebook, with whatever,
Maybe they've
that
always
has
been
come to
rigged.
light.
They might have always been rigged.
They've always been cheating.
The bellwethers have always been right on the election. I mean, as
Yeah.
far as they're able to predict who's going to win, except for this year. They've always
I
been
just
able to
Well,
predict.
that's an anomaly
It's
yeah,
in
big
itself,
one.
right there.
I really believe that what we have is sort of like a perfect storm of circumstance. I do think that there was probably some nefarious shit that went on. I tend to think that it happened more in the form of, I guess they call it vote harvesting. Where
Well, think about it.
Bring
This-
out your dead.
they were talking about like
Well,
somebody would
about
go
a-
in and register like a nursing home full
well-
of people and vote a certain way. Like I've heard of instances of that sort of shit happening,
well,
but
look-
it's not necessarily
look at-
illegal.
Look
You know
at,
what I mean?
Look at all the other factors, though, too, like the media. I'm just saying, if everybody is against you, how
Yeah.
many
Well,
points does
no.
that
Have
swing?
you seen those videos
if
when
you had an even playing field of even coverage on both the candidates, even questions, whatever,
Right.
and you
right.
don't,
Then,
you don't.
then what would the vote have been?
Well,
If
yes.
it was this close, and I'm just saying that there were so many things going against it. It seemed like you had the perfect storm of you had just enough votes, you had everything working against you, and everything did their little part. That
But I
it
think-
adds up to be like, well, now it changes the result.
But I do think that with things like potential, vote harvesting and shit like that, or whatever, if that's the thing, if that really happened, I think there was still an unprecedented amount of people that felt they needed to vote in this
because
election.
they're stuck
Well,
inside.
I think that's a real thing too, and I do.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were stuck inside together, for months on end. They're talking to each other more. Everybody's more politically engaged right now than ever.
Yeah,
So
but-
I think that it again, it's just like circumstances.
But here's what you got to think about. All right, I know everybody's more politically driven.
Yeah.
But where does that drive come from? That drive comes from 60 seconds at max on TikTok of people telling them how to feel, and I've done my own experiments and, research on TikTok on what people say and how they say it and how many likes they get and what they lead people on to, we're living in the United States right now. We're living in a world where people are getting their information in 60 seconds or less.
Yeah.
And they're drawing their own conclusions that way.
Right.
They're not doing their own research.
Yes.
Kids are in school being told about this is the history. There's a narrative.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're the most powerful nation in the world.
Yeah.
How are you going to destroy that? You're going to destroy it through the inside. You're going to make it
course.
destroy itself.
Of course.
You're like David was saying about QAnon. It being deep state, okay? Now that's a possibility because what better to make the Trumpers or the supporters, patriots, look like total asses by leading them on and giving them blank, false information and make them look like jackasses.
False
and
hope.
then have the media, every media network has a narrative, and if you watch them, they all use the same keywords, they all use the same phrases, and then we're labeled as, if you're, you like the American flag or you support Trump, you're a racist, or
you're a fascist,
if you're
man.
a patriot, you're a freaking traitor. You're
Yeah.
a terrorist.
That is
And
definitely
that's
a frustrating
fucking
thing.
scary, dude.
Oh yeah,
It's like,
but they're talking about rounding people up and
Yeah.
putting people on lists.
yeah,
and shit.
re-education camps.
That's
Fuck
just
you.
fucked up. I think though we have a lot of common sense, especially here in Florida. Texas
We
is
are
doing
lucky.
pretty well.
Yep.
Thank God for DeSantis.
Yep.
The Santa. Santa's
Yeah.
coming. Santa's coming.
Well, I don't know about y'all. Is it just a young thing? Because I know with
not liking socialism.
Well, no. what I'm saying is so I'm on the side. I guess I could be categorized as a Trump or whatever, but I have friends that are not.
Yeah.
That are on the other side.
Sure.
I have those same friends that are, black, Spanish, Puerto Rican, whatever. But we can still talk. But it seems like everything I see is always, I'm 40, almost 41, and it's.
You're old as fuck.
But it's
See you, buddy.
it's always somebody that's under 30 that's always rioting. It's always out there saying that they were wronged or
I'll be honest.
Yeah, they don't
There
have
was-
families. They don't got shit
There
to
was
do.
there was a few things that really opened my eyes in a lot of ways. One was that Social Dilemma documentary. I don't know if you guys
I have
watched
not
it.
seen
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
It really talks a lot about how we are like steered. When what we see is so directed specifically at what they want us to see.
Sure.
And it's part of this algorithm based on your clicks and your likes and all that sort of stuff, and all that factors into it, but it skews people in such a direction.
You're in your own little echo chamber.
Exactly, and it's crazy because remember when Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. That was
I remember.
that was
On
a
the
big
Breakfast
deal.
Club.
yeah.
That was a big deal, right?
Well, it wasn't on the Democratic media.
But it was everywhere that I saw. I looked at. I'd turn on the news. I'd see it there. I'd open my Facebook feed. I'd see it there. Twitter, it's there. Open up a news app. It's there. It was everywhere. And then I saw some guy making a video. Talking to Biden supporters on the street, and
They'd never heard of it.
and they'd never heard of it. There was one guy in particular where he said, "Didn't you hear him say this?" And he said he didn't say that. And then he played in the video, and he went, "Oh wow, I haven't seen that." And here, in my world,
Yeah. You've seen it
it's
20
fucking
fucking times.
huge.
I see what you're saying. Big
And
picture.
this guy over here has never seen one of the biggest fucking news stories in my world.
And how many of this guys are there?
Exactly.
So-
Exactly. That's an important point. that we have to
What's funny
understand.
about that is a black friend of mine. We talked about that, and he was like, he had no problems with that, but yet just last week, or it might have been earlier this week, company email went around. He's part of a multicultural group at work to bring issues like this to light, and the email started off from HR. We wanted to get feedback from our black employees, but he had a problem with that.
Huh.
So I was like, you're having a problem with this, but Biden said this months ago, and you didn't have a problem with that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's, and then he never had an answer for
It's
it.
double
So
think.
Well, it's people. Listen, people have a hard time admitting that they're wrong or being called out on their bullshit.
I don't.
I was on Facebook the other day, and I don't generally do this, but there was some comments being made about the mask mandate on federal land, the executive order
That shit was funny.
and then obviously
Biden
he
doesn't have
went
one
and
on.
didn't have one
That's
on.
okay. He didn't realize where he was
On
at.
federal
Sorry.
land.
But he was celebrating, so it was
He was
okay.
celebrating.
Yeah, celebrating.
And that's all they're going to say about that.
But the thing about it is that
Like Forrest Gump.
when
That's all I got to say about that.
when somebody called that out, it was immediately jumped on and said, "Oh well, he was outside." And
Social
then,
distancing.
And then all I did was I posted a link
Yep.
that was the executive order, and it said on all federal lands, and I just
Whether inside or out.
and then somebody still attacked that. Oh, he hadn't signed the executive order. So then I posted another link, and it said, appearing only hours after signing his executive order, and I let that stand as it. I didn't say a word. All I was doing was literally just providing factual
You realize
evidence.
we're gonna get a lot of these until
And-
Joe Biden leaves office.
and
We're
I
gonna get
got-
a lot of chances
and
to
I
do
got
this.
shit for that.
No.
The guy was like, "Neat."
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Fuck you,
They
you
don't give a fuck.
cocksucker. Listen, I was
But-
all, and then I replied and I told him, listen, I said there's a lot of misinformation out there, and I'm just trying to make sure that we keep the facts straight. That's all. And after that, then he said, "That's fair. I understand. I see what you're doing. Okay, you're 100% right." And but that getting to that point can be
Sounds
difficult
like,
for a
it
lot of
sounds
people.
like there's a lot of sarcasm behind that response.
I was being sarcastic.
That's
yes.
actually really cool that he actually admitted that. You
But
know,
that's all it is.
But did he admit it, or was that?
well,
all
he
sarcasm?
was conceding, right?
Exactly, but too many people have too big of a problem doing that. In politics, I mean, look at all the shit they gave Trump about not conceding the election. Even though you don't have to fucking concede, it's not a thing.
No.
Right.
But there was such shit about it because he wouldn't concede. We demand that. You know, we want that. I don't fucking know, man.
I'm telling you, man, it's George
Well-
Orwell double think shit.
Well, see, the one thing that kind of got me, with what I was talking about, the guy at work, is it made me, the more he started talking, the more it made me think that, okay, he's got this understanding that at some point level in government or whatever, the higher up, he's not really talking to me. But yet when it's somebody close to home,
No.
he felt like that person was exactly talking to him. And it goes back to what Carl said was, we need to start locally
Yeah.
and build up from there.
There's definitely a disconnect.
Invest more in locally
Yep.
I mean, the
and not
whole
worry about government.
Yes,
the
I completely agree with that.
I
mean-
think the stimulus check thing pissed a lot of people off, and I think a lot of people were finally like, "Oh, wait a minute, we got to make our fucking voices heard
Well,
over this."
look how much.
You fuck with people's money, you start pissing people off. That's just the way it goes.
I mean,
Friends,
since,
family,
like,
and my finances.
look at like we'll take MTV for example. Like since the beginning of MTV, they were always like rock the vote, do this, get out and vote, and all this stuff. And everybody's changed that around now. It's like this election was stolen. Your vote doesn't really fucking count.
Yeah.
So I mean, how many people are going to go out and vote next time?
Oh, I am.
I mean, I will too, but I mean,
in,
come
tw-
on.
in
but-
2016, the Democrats were like, your vote was stolen, the election was rigged. Now they're like, the election's not rigged, and we're like, now it's rigged.
I mean, do you think
so?
they're gonna,
Now it's both sides are going to
Yeah.
be like, it's definitely rigged.
Yeah.
You know,
Do you
But-
think
but
there's
listen-
going to come out a different way of like, the election's going to be different? The way to vote
No,
is going to be different?
no.
I don't think anything will change.
system
Even
that
if you
needs to be
stop
fixed.
voting, nothing will change.
Why?
The
Because
elites will just be like, well, we got one vote. That's all we needed.
I've
mean,
said
Does the military
before,
need to be involved,
I
or
think
what?
I think the
Probably.
solution to the election deal is all 50 states have to come together and sign off on a plan, a procedure for. So it's
You just need a voter ID, a national voter ID. Would
But that's
do
what
it.
I'm saying. Everybody has to get together and get on board with the rules, and across the board, just formalize everything. One deal. That way, everything's fucking uniform. Don't have to go through this bullshit and call it a day. It's simple, but the reason it's not simple is because we got 50 fucking states, and every one of them is gonna want their own little fucking piece, and somebody's gonna try to throw in a bridge in Toledo or some shit. I mean.
We should just have 50 countries.
Just make it clean, make it simple.
They want
You
you,
know,
to
just fix-
register your guns, but heaven forbid register as a fucking voter, right?
It's true, man. Yeah.
Is there
Wait,
any
I'm not
other
registering.
countries?
I thought you lost all your guns.
No, that boating accident.
Yeah.
You too?
Yeah.
Somebody stole mine.
Is there any other countries that have this issue? I mean, I know there's
Yes.
dictators, there's queens,
This
there's whatever,
shit,
but
Yeah.
this shit is actually. We think we're the fucking first country to have this shit go down.
that's
like,
what it feels
They're
like.
taking
Everybody's
over free
thinking like-
countries like left and right by this shit, dude. This is a planned.
Hey,
This is like prescribed.
I heard a tweet that said, "Oh, we defeated a dictator."
And you also took the dictator off Twitter before he was
defeated
defeated.
a dictator. Dictators aren't going to be fucking
Dictators aren't going to
voted
leave.
out. Like, I don't know. It's weird, man. It's a weird time.
Can you
man.
imagine
That's
if Joe
all I
Biden
know.
was a dictator? He'd be like the weakest person ever.
All I know is he ain't going to be there for very long.
No.
I don't think he.
I
Makes
know.
It 2
I know.
years.
I do know Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Yeah,
I
Corn
think-
Pop we should get Corn Pop as the dictator.
my prediction is that
General Corn Pop.
he is out before the midterm elections so that they can use that as a let's reinforce Kamala Harris. Let's keep the House and keep the Senate, and let's back Kamala Harris here, our first female president.
Don't give them fucking ideas.
Watch, mark my words. You heard it here.
Fuck that,
Porchville
dude.
first.
I'm swapping. I'm
That's-
swapping parties.
That's what's gonna happen.
I'm going straight Demi.
That's what's gonna happen.
I thought about that. I'm like, man, we can't win.
I'm going
like,
Democrat,
like,
bro.
I'm not gonna do it, but I thought about it for a second, and I'm like,
I'm definitely doing
I
it.
was really depressed at the time.
My only question is if they're going to kill him or if they're going to just put him out to pasture and retire him. That'll be the question. Biden.
He listens, right? And he'll take the buyout. So I'm pretty sure they'll
Oh
put him
wait,
out to pasture.
wait. I do remember. Hang on. Remember we were talking about the conspiracy theory thing earlier. So I do think there's something to this. My theory on this, my conspiracy theory on this, if you will, is that the reason that it's Biden is because, and you saw everybody else drop out, that, because Biden was going to be the fucking guy because he was okay with being pushed out early as long as he could just be president for a little bit. I think that's his stipulation. What do you think about that conspiracy theory? Try that on for size.
I agree.
Yeah, but pushed.
It
You
fits-
mean
it
push,
fits my
pushed out
narrative.
as in what?
So I agree.
No, I think
I mean,
Biden's in on it. I think
well,
Biden's
do you
in
think?
on it.
Oh, he has to be in on it no matter what.
But
He's
do
in
you
on
think that all this like?
Does he understand he's in on it?
Well, no, that's what I'm
So
saying.
Trump
That could
needs
be
to
all a
run.
rouge. That could be like they could impeach him or some shit, saying he's not
Well, I think-
mentally fit enough to.
No, I
25th
think
Amendment,
you know,
they
that's
got
what
him.
I'm thinking.
I think they got him in on it before they really realized how fucking bad it was. I think they got him to sign the deal, and then realized, oh shit,
Yeah.
fucking tires are coming off this one. Uh-oh. Hold in there long enough, Joe.
Like a set of Goodyear radials on
But
a
no, man.
1986
I'm
I
just
only
Ford
need you
saying.
to
Explorer.
last for a few
And
more
that's
months.
and I will say that is a total conspiracy theory that I've cooked up in my own head. But,
You heard it
But it's true.
I honestly feel like
I would
we
not
are,
be surprised.
we are definitely in a uniparty system. I mean, they make us think that there's these two opposing sides, but
Yeah.
Well,
the
I mean-
establishment is the establishment, and the
Truthfully,
rhinos are in there just
If
with
Trump
them.
starts his own party, I'm going to join that.
Do you think that's going to happen?
Dude, I
would
cannot
hope so.
wait till he gets off his little stay vacation and he fucking starts just going fucking
I
crazy.
think he disappears. I think he's done.
Oh no, I
No,
don't.
I
I
don't
don't think
think
so.
so.
I don't think so.
I think he's done. I think
Trump,
he's out.
Trump wants to be in the spotlight. He's not
Uh,
going to be done
well,
until
all right.
they JFK him.
Okay.
He's gonna start his own news network.
All right.
He's-
All right. Here's another conspiracy theory for you that I just came up with tonight. Fuck, I don't know why I don't
Nick's
know what's
full
wrong.
of
I've been
them.
hanging out with David too much. Been hanging out with David too much.
It's always fun hanging out with David. I love hanging
Hey,
out
if
with
you,
earlier
if
there
you haven't
was-
paid attention, there has been a helicopter
Yes.
hovering for a little bit.
Yes.
It's gone now.
So here's
but
here's my
it
theory.
Well, that's
was
because they're following you.
Here's my theory. If they don't
Maybe.
try to prosecute Trump, if they just sort of like
then he's in on it, and it's all a big
no
rigged
no
game.
no no if they just all of a sudden go, all right, we're just gonna we're just going to let it go. We're not going to talk about this anymore. That means it's all fucked. It's all fucking corrupt.
It's all rigged.
And
Yep.
Yeah.
and the reason I think that is because they know that Trump knows, and they know that he'll fucking tell if they fuck with him. So they're just gonna all right. We're just gonna we're just gonna let him go. And I think Trump might just say, you know what? I'm just gonna go my fucking
He
way.
wants 2 terms.
I'm gonna run my hotel. I'm
wants-
gone. I'm done.
He's gonna go in 2024.
Now,
Dude, did you see that on the?
I don't think so.
I don't
One
think
of the
so
Simpsons episode, it said Ivanka 2028.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure that. I'm not sure she will want to get in it.
I'm just
I mean,
pissed
would
off.
anybody?
I'm just pissed off that
I would do it.
that
I would back you.
I would do it.
Dude, I'm okay.
Tulsi Gabbard's out, man. I'm pissed off. Tulsi Gabbard's out.
Well, she could run as an independent, and hope she does.
And I think that's something we need to do.
Because that's
We
where
need
I'm
to-
going.
We need to put more support behind independent. We need to get rid of the 2-party system.
I agree with that 100,000%.
Yes.
The 2-party system is broken. It's been broken for a very long time, and times have changed, and we need something new.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you want to progress?
That being said,
let's progress
no.
that way.
I will be running for independent in 2028.
There's
I would vote
rumors.
for you.
There's
I would totally
rumors
vote for you.
afoot
You got my
of
vote.
of a Democrat split as well as a Republican split, forming 2 additional parties.
well, you know there
Yeah.
is.
could
There's-
that be thing?
There already is. I mean, if you look at it, you've got any kind of faction has different factions. So if you have your Democratic Party, you have
Can I
your
quote you on that?
any kind of factions or other factions. You know, you have like extreme left, you have regular left, you have extreme right, you have regular right. I mean,
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
feel different. I mean.
But there's a whole
I'm not
lot of
extreme right,
motherfuckers
but I
in
am
the
right,
there's
but
a
I'm not
whole
extreme
lot
right.
of motherfuckers in the center,
Right.
though.
If Trump
You
forms
know.
his own party,
Well, that's what I'm
the
saying.
GOP is
That's
dead.
the third party. That's the third party we need to recognize.
But
And we need
but
to
if the
support.
GOP is dead, what does that look like?
It means that
So
all
then
the
you got-
fucking Republicans are just Trump supporters. The GOP falls apart. People didn't vote for Republicans; they voted for Trump.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
100% true.
I was just going to say we're all Trumpers. What are you talking about?
That's
we're
what
not
I'm saying.
GOP,
Because he was-
If,
we're
if
not
he forms, if he
Republicans.
forms his own party, the Patriot Party, so it's
Was
called, then all these people, those 74 million people, are going to become the Patriot
Well,
Party.
here's the speak, though. The media speak is the Patriot Party are terrorists. That's
fuck
already
that.
they've already started that.
That's
because
true.
I think they're afraid of that's what's
Yeah.
going to happen. So they're already starting that narrative.
Legit. Word.
I've just realized you kind of look like that Viking.
Form the no party
Viking
party.
hat guy.
You know what?
If you painted your fucking face, yeah, I can
Was
see
that you?
shit.
It was not me.
Grow the beard back out.
I
bro.
saw
am
this
not-
funny
I-
ass.
I am
hold
not
on.
in
Wait a
federal
minute. I want to
detention
say
right now.
something. You are right because after watching that movie and seeing your fucking abs, bro, and you working out, I think so.
do you guys need a moment?
Yeah, we do.
I saw.
His nipples were hard earlier.
Dude, dude. I mean, he did like what fucking like 10 pull-ups on fucking camera, like.
I know. At first, I was like,
Oh man,
"Is that David?"
Well,
it is
what
David.
they're
You
what
look
the-
like GI Joe.
what everybody is talking about is David Borah's movie.
Not my movie. My,
Hell
my
Night.
friend's movie.
The
Hey,
He
you're-
asked me to be
you're
an
in the
actor it.
movie.
I'm
You're in
I'm
the movie.
I'm the lead.
That's right.
There's 2 actors.
He's
It's
Jack.
your movie.
He
Dude,
plays
I'm not.
Jack.
I'm not gonna lie. After hearing what Carl just said, I have to watch this.
He
movie.
plays Jack Mehoff.
What?
Yes, I play Jack Mehoff.
What's the name?
He
of the
has a
movie?
big gun.
It's Hell Day on Amazon Prime. Hell
That's
Day
right.
definitive cut.
yeah. You really got to dig for it.
Yeah, it's yeah.
You
can-
got to type in Hell Day, the definitive cut.
Yeah.
Hell- and
Yeah.
find
Dude, I'm
that
looking
shit.
it up right now.
It's not
I'm-
very long. It's only 17 minutes. So if you got 17 minutes to spare, you can watch it.
How does
you can
that
see my
feel?
abs for 17
How does that
minutes.
feel? Because you know that there's people out there watching that shit right now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird. I guess I didn't really realize what I was getting into.
Like there might not be,
At
but
least
like
it's not porn. I guess because I'd probably have a
11,000
lot more regret if I was doing a porn and be like, "What do you feel like people out there watching your porn?" And be like,
I have
don't
no
know, man."
It'd be a lot
regrets.
cooler if
I
it
have
I
was.
have no regrets at all.
I wish I was bigger.
Hey, I'm not Sasquatch, but chill.
you ever make a porno?
Oh. Did I?
You ever video yourself?
Well, I did actually videotape myself.
Just yourself.
Was
there
it
was,
w-
there
was
was
it
one
with-
time.
was
there
it
was one
with
time it
somebody
didn't go
else?
over very
It
well.
was a porno
With-
by myself.
No, it was alone. Yeah. I thought it would be like a sexy like little video.
Wait a fucking
to,
minute.
to send.
For yourself later.
Wait a fucking minute.
And you hit send, and then you got blocked.
You videoed yourself?
Yeah.
How-
Like
It was
spanking
called
it.
Winds and Thunderstorm.
That pillow
I
has
didn't-
never
I
been the
didn't-
same.
I didn't name it. I didn't name it. But no, I videoed myself. I mean, like, because the girl that I was with at the time, she was kind of kinky, and so I was just like, I'll send her a picture of me, or send her a video of me, rubbing one out.
Did she love it?
Oh, we don't date anymore.
I don't think there's a big market for that.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
What about you, Reed? You ever made a home video?
No, I'm completely against that.
What?
No, never made a video.
He didn't have the balls for it.
What about you?
Oh damn!
What about you, Borah? You ever made a home movie?
I've made a movie before
Yeah.
for my wife.
With somebody else?
Oh, with somebody else. Wait,
What the fuck is with you guys?
We're talking about with somebody else.
Yes. Yes.
It's really hard to get somebody to commit to actually being in a video with you. like
Really?
that. Yeah.
I've got like 9 of them.
9.
I know. I've seen them.
Especially when there's a cameraman, a director, and
The boom mic gets in the way. Oh, yeah.
I was the boom guy. He actually
Carl,
fired
you ever
me.
made a video? Couple?
2
There you go.
with somebody.
wait, is it on Amazon Prime? What's it called?
Oh no,
They were back in the 70s.
no,
Extra bush.
Those are my favorite videos.
dude. My fucking store manager,
shag carpeting
Dude,
everywhere.
dude, he told me to take my mask off at work because I was going around. I had just a mask on and my beard was hanging out. I said, "Look, this is my imitation of or impression of 70s porn Speedo."
I felt like that when I wore the mustache in my movie.
Dude, yeah.
I'm actually the one that hung the disco ball. Yeah, I put that up.
What disco ball?
The fuck are you talking about?
That was all right. That did not work out. That did not work as I had planned. Continue on.
Yeah,
Continue
okay.
on. Yeah.
Okay.
Off the air, it's a funny story about a video I did make with someone. I will tell off the air, not on air.
What was his
but
name?
her.
and that was a show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we're off. We're off. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
no,
Just talking
no.
to the mic.
It's a funny story.
He hit pause.
All right. Let's change the subject.
So, hey, I saw they replaced the host on Forge and Fire.
I haven't watched
What the fuck? Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
Wait,
Who?
I
The
say
main guy. The,
Yeah,
the
Will.
Long
Will.
hair.
They replaced
it.
Will?
Dude, yo, yeah. Dude, Will is happy as hell. I talked to him, I messaged him 2-3 months ago. Dude, he's just living in the mountains with his kid and his wife. Fucking
But
He's happy.
But is he interested in doing a podcast? Ooh,
Dude,
that's
we might be
the
able to get
question.
him Zoom or
That'd
some
be pretty
shit.
Cool.
Whoa.
That'd be pretty cool.
Can we go down to the forge and make our own weapons and have a
Dude,
a-
we have
a duel?
Yeah.
Here's a funny
a
story.
duel? Oh, I didn't know we were going to
I was at the shop all day today, and I cleaned up. I was sweeping. I was between heats. I was making I call it the ripsaw camrambit. So I was cleaning up, and my business partner comes in. And he goes, "Hey man, what's up?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's going on?" He's like, we have Open Forge open house tonight. And I'm like, "Nope, sorry, I already made plans to be on the podcast." So I was like, I'll be here for a little bit, and shit like that. But yeah, I mean, y'all can come. We have Open Forge and shit like that. So
Hell yeah.
and we can make weapons legally.
shit, yeah, dude, we'll make your
Of
sword
course
for
it's legally.
Why
Hey,
is every time he says
we'll
something,
make
he's got to
your-
say legally?
yeah. Nick,
Disclaimer.
we'll make your sword for the Nibiru video,
Yes.
Nice.
dude. Nibiru kicks ass.
Like
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nibiru,
Those
like
guys were
the
bad.
I'm like-
planet or the band.
Matt
Dude,
got a
man.
fucking CD.
Those
Band.
motherfuckers
Dude,
gave me a CD,
I
and I
want-
immediately asked Nick. I was like, "Dude, you have to have a Sharpie." And then, so I got an
Dude.
autograph. So I have like a
Sweet.
fucking badass, like fucking like signed like.
Who's Nibiru?
Dude,
They
it's a
were
band
on
they
last
had on
week.
last week. And
Yeah?
they're local,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they kick ass, dude.
They must be
was
woke just based on the
fucking A.
name.
That was Alan
I
Gray.
think Joe's fucking dick was hitting the table the whole time. I mean, dude, they kicked ass.
Those guys love Randy
Yeah.
Rhodes, man.
Oh, dude.
Dude, I had to
it's so
actually, I
fucking
actually had
fun.
to yell at Nick because, or I had to yell at Joe because his boner was lifting up that end of the table, and it was like pushing it into my
Yeah.
stomach, and it's just like, dude, come on, man.
The
Like, you
table or
can't
his
have-
boner?
Yeah, his boner.
Both.
It's like there's no way you have a 7-foot.
Either way,
dick,
there was
dude.
wood.
It was there was a lot of wood involved.
Okay.
Poor Joe. He should have been here.
I mean, of course,
I
I,
don't
had
have
to
any
like.
more
Well,
Nice.
hold on. Poor
had a-
Joe.
I had a
Matt
poke
just
in
said
a
he got a
couple
lot of
times.
wood.
That's all right.
There was. I just said that there was a lot of wood involved.
Yeah, yeah.
Sasquatch
I
have
never
been
said
known to love
whose.
wood, so
But yeah, I actually I was walking when I was listening to that episode, and then I kind of played back their song a couple of times when and then started listening to Randy Rhodes, Ozzy and everything when I was doing my
Yeah.
weight workout. So
Yeah. And hell of a nice guys, man. Both of them. They were awesome. They were a lot of fun to have on.
Yeah.
And,
Killer.
Alan
fucking
already
time.
said, man, like, hey, anytime. So he'll definitely be back on sooner rather than later. So
Damn.
make sure you go over and check Nibiru.
Is it
Nibiru,
Nibiru?
Nibiru, Gainesville.
Nibiru.
On
Nibiru?
Nibiru.
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 God
It's
damn
the
it.
same fucking
the
thing.
ninth planet.
God
Just
damn.
call it that.
oh my god,
Gainesville.com.
However it's said now, I'm never gonna
I
fucking
just-
hear it right. It's,
Is it-
it's fucked in my head.
Does it sound the
I
same? but
already
spelled
hear 3
different?
days from now. Fuck, they're not getting the name right. I told you we should have changed it.
The ninth planet.
That's it, right? That's Nibiru, the real Nibiru.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
exactly.
What's that?
Uh-oh.
What do you get?
Here we go.
What do you get?
No, I was just you didn't tell me to speak closer to the microphone, and I was like far away. It's like, so I caught you before you caught me.
He's now catching
He's
himself.
He's correcting himself.
That's the opposite of a speeding ticket.
So let me throw something at you.
Duck.
What if all of this stuff is just nothing? What if it's
What do you mean
Quantum
about
physics?
what's
The
all
Matrix?
of this stuff?
what if
said that?
all of this stuff, all this political shit, all of these things that we're fed on a constant basis that influences the way that we look at these people who are the leaders of our fucking country. What if all of the conspiracy theories and negativity and all of the stuff is all just slanted and skewed bullshit that's fed to us to keep us riled up? Is that a possibility, though?
There is no what if.
It's the
That
truth.
is the truth. And it's going to be however long Joe stays in office, it's going to be the funniest shit ever. I mean, the memes that are going to come out, the TikToks, the everything. But
I'm talking about
I
talking
think-
about all the conspiracy
No,
stuff, all the wild shit like Kennedy,
Listen.
Oswald, all that stuff. What
Listen.
if it was really just Oswald from a goddamn tower
You s-
banging it out?
You
and all
see
that
this
stuff?
man sitting
know?
next to me?
Yeah,
If this motherfucker's at a loss for words, everybody's at a loss for
I'm
words.
just saying. Is it possible?
It's very possible that we just fight against each other because the media and the powers that be tell us to do that because it makes it easier for them to
'cause-
do what they want and relax.
Yep, the media has a real power.
It's very possible that all the problems on Earth have already been solved, but the solutions have been hidden so that for profitability, I
Yeah.
guess.
like cancer.
Like cancer, like energy, like time travel, like
I do think that
lots of things.
I do think that things like oil and shit like that, like I'm pretty sure we could
Well,
have.
what about
we
the
should have been able to
the whole
have figured
pipeline,
out something
the whole pipeline
synthetic.
thing? Now they're going to shut that down, right?
But I mean,
And
really, I mean, we could fucking find an alternative. I mean, a real legitimate alternative. I'm not talking about,
Yeah, just like-
let's
just
sub
no.
in
Well,
let's
here-
sub in electric for gas. I'm talking about why have we not figured out? And some people would say that we have.
Hydrogen.
Some people would say that it has been figured out that these patents have been bought up by oil companies, and that the reason that we haven't found a better solution for oil is because that solution is bought by the oil people.
okay.
to keep
Nikola
the money going
Tesla
to their
invented this
pockets.
shit fucking 100 years
Yeah,
ago.
but
Yeah.
put that same thought into the pharmaceutical industry.
Mm-hmm.
There are natural cures for everything. Why do you think these people in the rainforest live forever? Because they don't have
They eat a
all
lot
this-
of shrooms.
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
But
yeah,
the thing
for,
is,
for a lot of
there's,
things,
there's
yes.
natural shit that can cure cancer.
Yeah.
I'm
And
all for
what
eating
happens,
shrooms.
You hear about all these
Yeah.
natural herbalists and natural doctors that are getting taken out, that
Yeah.
are die of these
Killed.
fucking crazy deaths.
Like
the answers are out
shooting
there.
themselves in the head twice to the back of the head.
The answers are out there. But
You've never done that before?
What about the guy who
Not
got
twice.
shot? What was that guy last week or the week before got shot in the chest?
I don't
With a
know.
rifle. He shot himself in his chest with a rifle, and the rifle was upstairs, and there was blood everywhere. What the fuck? Come on.
Who was this?
Never heard it.
It,
I don't know what you're talking about.
it was some guy.
I
was-
cannot confirm nor deny.
Yeah. I forget what it was.
I got a question for all y'all. How do y'all feel about microdosing?
I'm doing it
Man.
right now.
Are you
Doing it
talking
right
about
now?
your? Are you talking about your?
Depends
sex
on what
life?
you're talking about.
No. Microdosing, like taking
acid?
maybe not acid, but like shrooms.
I'm
or
doing
if
something.
you're gonna do it, pussy.
I'm
No,
doing
no,
CBD right now.
I mean, I understand,
Why you got
going on a
CBD?
trip, but like taking a small amount
Like every day.
every day.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've been thinking about it.
that'd be kind of cool.
Do it.
But you'd live in like this low.
I thought you were
Hey,
talking
like
like you
this-
actually had something with you.
Dude, I've been microdosing whiskey, and it's like a bottle every day, and it's
Matt
just
wants to
not
start
fucking-
now.
But you would be living in like this low,
I
gray,
don't know, man.
kinda
I've been reading up
distorted
about
area.
it. I've been reading up about it. Apparently, you're not actually tripping. It just opens up your, your creativity and a bunch of other shit that isn't typically there. I don't know.
Makes total sense. Scientifically.
I guess.
Well-
Shrooms are an amazing thing. Like, I've seen people that were addicted to drugs start taking shrooms and, dosing themselves up every other day, every 3 days, and slowly their dependency on
Was-
drugs went away.
When's the last time you did shrooms?
It's been about 6 months, 8
Never.
months.
That's it.
I've never done it.
You motherfucker.
We can fix that.
What the fuck?
What?
You didn't call me, bro.
It was about 3 days ago.
Really?
Yeah.
You and Gene.
Yeah.
I fucking knew it. Fucking Gene. Love you, Gene.
Hey, where's AJ?
He'll be along later.
Okay.
No, G just showed up at my house and he was like, "Yeah, I just traded a guy some weed for some shrooms. Like, do you want some?" I'm like, "That's a stupid question." And so I had some shrooms.
What did it do?
How
for
were
you?
they?
What did it do for you? What did you see?
It didn't. I didn't really see anything. I didn't get any visuals, but I got kind of like a good body buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Dude, could you imagine the knives I would come up with if I did fucking mushrooms?
I'm gonna buy
would
you
be awesome.
mushrooms.
It'd be like ninja stars.
My fucking imagination is fucking crazy, is it? And I lucid dream all the fucking time. It's
Yes.
ridiculous. I don't need that shit, man.
I'm envious of that.
But
I have
Really? Can
lucid
you
dreams
imagine?
all the time, but then I wake myself up with my boner because it usually ends up going that direction.
Your dream or your boner?
Yeah,
see.
see,
yeah.
Dreams about zebras.
So are we? So are we?
Z chicks.
Are we optimistic at all for
Future?
the future? The next, like, what does everybody think the next 6 months to a year looks like? Matt, what's the next year look like for us as a world, as a country? Do we get back to normal? Do we? What happens the next year?
Well, I think there's a lot of craziness going on. I think that, like I said before, like I believe that the two-party system is broken, and I think that the only way to fix that would be for everybody to start smoking weed and microdosing.
That's a good idea.
Can Sasquatch vote yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, the elite.
Yeah. He's got headbands and everything now.
I'm actually like on the waiting list.
You know what? You know what?
Whether he can or
was
not,
crazy?
he did the last election.
But now listen. No.
Democrat.
Listen, but you didn't answer my question. What does the next year look like for society? What do you think?
Oh man, that's a hard question because I mean, Q said that there was a lot of shit that was going to happen that didn't happen, and then, but it still might happen.
Is Biden going to do a good job and bring everybody up, or are we going to go on down?
Is Biden going to be alive at the end of the year?
Dude,
Survey says.
Did I'm not sure, because I saw this on the on a YouTube channel or something, but like when the motorcade went through with Biden, all the National Guard had their back to him.
Yeah.
Nobody was saluting him.
Yeah.
And the people who were facing forward did not salute. And now they're like, oh, for punishment, they're sleeping in a fucking car garage.
Dude, what the
Yeah.
hell
Yeah.
was that, man? Putting
don't
all
know.
the 5,000 people in the fucking car garage?
They actually said packed in like sardines,
Yep.
and that's a
One,
quote.
2 bathrooms?
And then Trump gave him his hotel,
Yes.
which is a pretty baller move.
That's a baller
I mean, that's a
move.
pretty troll baller move. Like,
Well, did you see
know
that
pissed people off?
like the biggest hotel in Jacksonville, the Marines just booked it for a solid month.
I saw that, yeah.
Every room.
Yep.
Like, interesting.
Well, how does that play into the next year? Reed, what do you think next year looks like?
I think we're going to get a bunch of executive orders, stroke of the pen type of deal, and Biden and Kamala are going to put the authoritarian lockdown on America. And, I mean, they're already killing jobs, and
Yeah.
it's just going to get worse. The divide's going to get worse. I think that there's a few people out there, like that Bobart lady, that really makes a big impact. You know, I'm talking about, like, the new congresswoman who's carrying on Congress.
Yeah.
I think she's awesome. And then I don't know. I mean, you got a few people out there that are in Congress that really want to do good, but it's ruled by the elites. It's ruled by the fucking establishment, and I don't think it's
Pelosi,
going away.
McConnell, all them
I don't think
fucking
it's going
people,
away.
man.
McConnell, all of them. Republican, Democrat,
Why
doesn't
does
matter.
that guy look like a turtle, though?
I swear to God,
His
he
neck.
could
I mean-
sink his head straight into his body if he
Why
wanted
not
to.
turtle enough for your turtle club? turtle.
I mean, it's a little weird. It's a little weird.
I think it's going to
So
get
wait,
worse.
you guys like don't like Mitch McConnell?
Hell no.
No.
Oh, thank you. That is.
I don't like
Same.
Schumer either. I don't like
Guys-
Schumer. I don't like any of those establishment.
Chuck
fucking,
Schumer looks like a villain.
Yeah, yes, he
Like
does.
when he's got those fucking glasses down at the end of his nose, and he's got sort of a scowl to him. He looks like a fucking
You're waiting for him
villain.
to go, excellent.
Yes.
I think there might actually come a point
Smithers.
where the far left and the right actually come
Smithers.
together on certain topics. Like, I mean, we all want the fucking establishment to go away.
I think there's a call for common sense that people are realizing that I think that there's a lot of it missing. The shit that we're going through as a society and the censorship and just the divide bullshit. I mean, it's out of control. It's just gone off the rails. And
it's fucking
I think people are finally starting to wake up to that on a larger scale, even though people have been talking about it for years. So I think that's a good thing,
the problem is you got all these fucking people on Twitter yelling at each other when they really should be yelling at the fucking people that's making these damn laws.
Right, but the thing about something like Twitter is a lot of those people, the intelligent fucking people that are sitting here going, we need to return to common sense, are starting to check out of things like Twitter.
Yes,
you only see
Fuck the blue check marks.
you only see the fucking outrage bullshit. You only see the people that are just really fucking rabid and just want to get on there and fucking shit on somebody.
Yep.
Those are the people that you see on Twitter. I go into the comments periodically. I mean, there's people like fucking like. All right, so I saw a post the other day. It was I think it like I refreshed my timeline, and this post popped up, and it was just posted like that second. So it was 0 comments or whatever, and you never see that on like a major major site or a major contributor or whatever. You always go to you always see the tweet, and there's always comments on it.
Right.
So I clicked on it. It was just like, I wonder how fast this builds up. And in seconds, there were thousands of rabid fucking hate-filled fucking bullshit that had just appeared from the time that it took me to process the thought of like, oh, look, there's a new comment, or a new post and no comments. I'm going to click on it and see how fast they've built up. Thousands. And they were all just evil.
Yeah.
Fucking
How much of that do you
shit.
think was AI though? That was.
I don't know.
There's a lot of that shit going on.
Do you think there is?
Oh yeah.
AI?
That AI
Just
because
computers commenting on Twitter feeds?
Yeah, because it wants to go with the narrative.
I don't know about that.
Come on.
I don't know. I'm not convinced.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm not saying I can't be swayed.
No, I have seen bot tweets.
Well, yeah, but
on
these
Twitter.
are. I'm talking about people that go on there, post a comment, and then like a thread begins, and it's just.
Oh, that's different.
It's just people just fucking hating each other.
Yes,
For
that's all
people
it
that
is.
have never fucking met.
Yeah.
It's all
Just
it is.
fucking hating each other.
There's
For what?
There's a lot of fucking
Like y'all,
hate.
and that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of the fucking people are starting to check out of that shit.
Yeah.
A lot of the common sense, like fuck this childish bullshit. I think those people are just getting away from it.
Yeah.
I don't comment on that shit. I stopped commenting. Period. It's like, fuck that. I want no part of it.
I got into the commenting underworld there for a little bit. I was just trolling everybody. I was fucking getting into arguments for a while. Just yes, argue with this asshole.
Dude,
Hey, are you ready to give up your Twitter name yet?
No.
So hey,
I have no followers.
So funny story. Funny story though.
Hey, I have 0 followers too.
That's how
Me
you got to
too.
be, man.
Yeah.
That's how you got to be on Twitter.
Funny story
I,
though.
I had some followers, and then I got kicked off
now you got
Twitter.
kicked off,
I'm not
yeah.
allowed. not allowed to join again.
So
But I will. I'll
I've-
just hack their system.
I've tried to use Twitter a little bit more often recently.
It's fun.
And so I updated my contacts the other day, and I got this little notification that said one of your contacts is on Twitter. And when I started looking at this contact, I realized I don't know who the fuck this person is, because they had no name tied to them at all. That's when I realized this is Reed's Twitter feed.
Nice.
Now, I will say, luckily for Reed, I don't remember the Twitter name, so I'm not gonna
damn.
out you or anything.
I
bro,
got
but,
ousted by fucking
but
contact updated.
Yep,
Shit.
that's how it is. So
That's funny. You should have been like friend request. I follow him.
You'd be the first.
Oh man,
Pop that cherry.
David, what's the next year look like, brother? How's it gonna shake out?
I think it's gonna be optimistic, which sounds bad. Well,
How
it
so?
doesn't sound bad. It
Why
sounds
does that
good.
so bad?
But you would think You would think I'd have a pessimistic outlook, but from where things are right now,
Yeah.
about Joe Biden killing all the jobs, killing off the Keystone Pipeline, killing off just how bad things could get. I think that over the next year things are going to get better. Not because of what's happening politically or anything like that. I think that people are starting to get awake, and people are starting to communicate more, and I think people are gonna start. Now that think about this, right? Like, there's not gonna be Trump in office for the next 4 years, probably.
Nice disclaimer.
or more.
Probably.
Well, I mean, he could always run for some representative position in Florida, and then he could get elected in 2022 to Speaker of the House, and then Kamala will probably be president, and then he could impeach her or Joe Biden or whatever.
Holy shit!
Dude.
Where did that come
Wow.
That's
from?
possible.
Where did that come from?
You're fucking blowing my mind.
Run
David fucking Borah.
run that by me again. So
Trump just has to run for like a representative
Congress.
position,
Yeah.
Congress in West Palm or wherever he wants. Wherever he can move anywhere, right? I mean, he could run anywhere, and people would vote for him.
right.
So he'd win for his representative seat, and then in 2022, if Republicans win a majority and he's a representative, I'm sure he could talk his way into becoming the Speaker of the House, and then he could impeach whoever is president.
Well, it's like, well, wow.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Fuck.
I mean, it's. I mean, if he decided to do it and put his mind to it, he probably would do it.
Probably could. That could happen.
Yeah. I just don't know if he wants to go to legislative branch. He's always been an executive, so he might just stay that way.
That dude is not going to do that. There's no way. No way.
No, he wouldn't want to sit in there and no. But he could just to be vindictive, and it's fun to think about for this next couple days or a week, and then after that, it probably won't be funny anymore.
All he would do is just sit there and say, just like, fake news, and draw like little cartoons of Calvin and Hobbes or something like that.
Those are pretty good Trump.
Yeah, that was.
Your Trump is better than your Bernie.
Fake news.
Thank you.
Fucking
Yeah,
A.
that was good.
Which I hope everybody saw my Bernie meme today that that I made for
he was sitting in my
Yes.
chair.
I
Porchville.
don't get it. I get the meme that you made, but
Yeah.
I don't get why Bernie is the meme now.
Dude, he
'Cause
was
it's a
sitting by
funny
himself.
Picture. It's a fucking
Dude.
hilarious picture.
Well, it's for one, it's because Bernie got fucked twice.
Yeah.
And so
And they
Bernie's the joke is
And they gave
Bernie's
him a
The Trump supporter, might have even voted for Bernie if it was Bernie versus Trump in 2016. I might have voted for Bernie.
No,
Yeah,
really.
really.
Damn.
I thought
Why?
he
I think that
Why?
is the most
I
surprising
thought
thing I've
he
heard
was
in a
the
long
most-
time.
I at the time in 2016 voted for people based on their character and who I thought they were as a person.
Yeah.
Um,
How they impacted
I ended
you. How it felt to you.
It wasn't
yeah.
really policy. It was just that, are you a sincere person, and I agree with who you are. Like, if you're a sincere person who's evil, I'm not going to vote for you. If you're a sincere person who I believe is good, and I thought Bernie was good. I think that Bernie just kind of got a talking to that said, hey, you like living? you do what we tell you.
So you weren't a Trump guy from the get-go then?
No, in fact,
I don't think anybody was.
So funny story. I was going to vote for Gary Johnson in 2012. Or 2016. Sorry. Ron Paul 2012. 2016, Gary Johnson. My wife told me she was going to vote for Hillary, so I said, fuck that. I'm voting for Trump to cancel out her vote. It turned out that she actually did go along with my plan and voted for Gary Johnson, so she voted for Gary Johnson, I voted for Trump.
Nice.
But I only voted for Trump to cancel out her vote because I like Gary Johnson at the time.
So the only reason you voted for Donald Trump was
To cancel out my wife's vote.
Fair enough.
Legit.
Was he your guy from the jump?
What?
Was Trump your guy from the
Yeah.
beginning? Yeah.
Yeah.
When he
You know,
came down the escalator?
I hate hearing him talk,
Yeah.
and I hate watching him talk. But I knew what he was the outsider
Yeah.
coming in, and that's what got me. That's why I'm saying third party.
Yeah.
We need to support third party.
Yeah. I think there's got to be a dramatic overhaul of the whole goddamn system.
Yep.
frankly.
Now, if you
Term
ask
limits, baby.
now, if you ask me what's
Yeah.
going to go on within the next year, after a half a bottle of fucking what is this?
What are you drinking there?
Ram's Point peanut butter whiskey.
Nice.
It's like
All right.
Screwball.
And
Just-
this is
just as good.
by the way, this is me stopping. not drinking anymore after this,
Okay.
except on Sundays.
Okay.
Because I'm getting back into lifting weights.
Oh yeah.
I feel like shit,
Yeah.
and I'm going to start a new YouTube of once I get in shape of the shirtless blacksmith.
Okay.
Look for it.
Okay. Shirtless
Get
blacksmith.
your boner ready.
You heard it here.
All right.
Where do I put in my application for the cameraman?
Hey, you can be my apprentice, baby.
Deal. You
All
don't
right.
even have to pay me.
I was told at my shop that I need an apprentice because they got tired of me swinging a sledgehammer by myself with one hand. So but yeah, so I need an apprentice. But anyway,
I'm not even like 3/4 chubbed. I'm seriously like 100% rock hard.
you're
right now.
fucking you're Joe Hard right now.
I am Joe Hard.
Joe Hard who set the new standard. Shane,
Yeah,
let's see. What's the next year look like?
Getting Joe Hard for Carl.
I think it's going to be a lot of realization on both sides for everybody, for people that voted him in, for people that voted for anybody else. That there needs to be like we've been saying, there needs to be a correction to the whole system.
Well, I think that I hate to say this, but this is the Rams point talking. But if everything that's going the way it's going now, if the next 4 years might be what's best for our country, because, that I think the left is going to call bullshit on the left.
Yeah.
From all the executive order. I think for the first year, it's going to go, you're going to see a lot of executive orders, a lot of shit that they're going to try and pull to reverse anything that Trump did to make Trump look like an ass.
Yeah.
Okay. And he does a good job of that himself.
Yep.
He's funny ass, but he does a good job. Okay. But I think within the next 2 to 4 years before the next election, that they're going to cause such a divide in this country that everybody's going to call the people who were extreme left are going to call bullshit.
Yes.
And hence our third-party system. I think this is the last election of the two-party system.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go to a three-party system where people are going to vote for that libertarian who's a little bit, on either side.
I think it takes somebody like a Mark Cuban. I've said this forever. My brother and sister were very, very big advocates this time around of Joe Jorgensen, and I get it, man.
And it's money.
100%. But I told them from the beginning. I said, listen, I respect that. I respect going out there and casting your vote for whomever the fuck you want to vote for. But I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. Like, that person is not going to win, and it's going to take something.
Well, here's
a Mark Cuban to really elevate that to an actual contender quickly.
And here's a word that you associate with the left is cabal, the deep state.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, until we realize that there's a cabal and a deep state on the right and the left that both have an agenda, and that America needs to get together and form that third party, because we do have third party candidates. Yeah. Just nobody supports them.
Yeah.
Nobody supports them.
They don't get represented too.
Look,
they don't get on. They don't get the
they don't
airtime.
get
They don't get the
debates
airtime
and shit
because
like that.
of the fucking media.
Yeah.
And that's where I think Trump will come into play. If Trump creates his own media outlet, he will support the third party.
See, that's some shit I could see him doing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the kind of shit I could see him doing. That's why I don't think he's gonna run. I don't think he'll run. I'm not sure.
I think
Ivanka
Trump's done with
will run.
politics. I think he's done with it.
I think that I think the next time around, I do believe that we will have a President Harris by that point, and I think Nikki Haley will run.
Oh God, yeah.
I think that'll be the matchup there.
Mm-hmm.
DeSantis 2024.
Well,
baby.
that's what it's going to go from.
DeSantis said he was going to hang around.
That's what it's going to go from. It's going to go from the mano a mano to the hermano.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's going to be. I mean, look at they're like talking about Kamala being like the first woman vice president, but what happened to what's her name? Sarah Palin.
Yeah.
Nobody supported her, but they thought she was a fucking joke because the first.
Well, because she was Republican.
Yeah,
was a-
exactly.
it's a
And the
media
first
game.
little issue she had, they fucking ran for it.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying we've got to deal away with the fucking mainstream media. People
Well, look
need
at-
to look at different outlets and do your own fucking research and become informed.
I thought one of
Well,
the
that's the
fucked up
problem.
things.
People are lazy.
Exactly.
I thought one of the-
like I said, that if you go on Instagram, if you go on, like I was looking at Instagram today and I realized that fucking TikTok has invaded Instagram. Everything on my Instagram feed was a fucking TikTok video.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck, man? Everything on Facebook. So everybody is getting their information with 60 seconds
Yeah.
or less. And that's what they're drawing their conclusions instead of
Well, but people have been getting
They're like-
people have
they're
been getting their
oh,
news from TikTok for years. Though.
conspiracy. Ooh, drop that ass.
Or not TikTok.
Twerking videos, titties, nipples.
Twitter. People have been
Forget
getting their
about
news
it.
from Twitter for years.
That's the whole reason why I
Exactly.
have internet is for twerking and titties and.
Well,
That's true.
that's,
yeah, but you're a smart
He
guy.
he moved on from the
Well,
magazines.
I'm not even that smart. No,
Right.
no, I'm not smart. I just like titties
and
ass
ass.
and yeah.
So if anything comes from this whole podcast tonight, look into your third-party candidates. Look into expand your mind instead of just assuming what everybody else says is real. Because like I said, I did that on TikTok. I went through my feed and just looked at things, and people were actually scaring me by what they were saying. And it was putting worry in my heart. But until you get on, take those blinders off and do your own research and look up this shit, then you'll be informed.
Yeah, just
What?
look up
And I
look
think
up
that's-
everything for yourself. Question everything.
Question
Yeah.
fucking everything.
yeah, look up Jenna Jameson.
And
Dude,
the titties.
she's so old news. She's on my Instagram. And yeah, she's on news.
I'm totally fine
Any
with that.
I'm happy for her.
but-
though.
I
on
like
the-
watching those 90 videos with Peter North. Like it's all fine with me.
But the flip side of that coin, though, with what Carl said, was also keep an open mind. That's another. Don't just get on something and then ride that wave.
Yeah.
Just check into everything.
Everybody do DMT. Bye.
That would solve problems all over the world.
And
Yep.
microdose mushrooms, right?
There it is.
Yeah.
David
and
Borah.
also look up Tara Patrick, and also look up Mia Khalifa,
Dave-
and look up I mean,
Any
Kinsey Reeves.
What was the
any parting words
Carrera?
of wisdom?
the
I got a lot of them. We could talk about it after we're done.
Any parting words of wisdom, David?
Hell Day, the definitive cut.
Yeah, see my abs. No, I guess do your own research, come to your own conclusions. Don't listen to people like us.
That's best advice right there. Take care of that mental health. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Porchville Podcast.
Hell yeah!
PorchvillePod.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can find us all over those spots. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for us. And this just in, there's going to be a second episode coming up right after this one. So tune back in, click the next episode, and say hello as we sit down with AJ Wilkerson. Bye-bye.